And welcome back. This is Stan Shields with the speaker spotlight for Network Las Vegas. And so, if you've not heard of Network Las Vegas, we are a local networking organization. We meet the first and the third. The first and I almost said the first and third Thursday. We meet the first and third Wednesday of each month, and we'd love for you to come and join us. Come and see what we're all about. See if it's a good fit for you and your business. And by the way, we are broadcasting this live on Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube. Sometimes I go to Twitter, so I almost said Twitter right then, but it's Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube. So please be sure to like, follow, subscribe, and ring the bell if possible over on YouTube so that you get notified when we have the next meetings. And so for each of our meetings, we have at least one speaker. Usually we have two speakers that will present about their business during that meeting. And this is one of the little advantages or the benefits that we do for the speakers is to do a speaker spotlight so that they get a little bit extra attention, a little extra love from the group. And so today I'm going to be introducing you to at least one of our speakers, maybe two, but we'll see. It's going to be at least one of our speakers for today. So again, remember that we are meeting on the first and the third Wednesday of each month at 11:30 a.m. on Wednesdays. You can learn more about us and register for those meetings at networklasvegas.com. In fact, you can see that at the top of the screen for you. It's easy access for it. So let's welcome Satyra Tyler. Your name is difficult for me to say, Satyra Tyler. It's almost like a tongue twister, but welcome. How are you today?
Thank you, Stan. I'm doing pretty good today, and I'm very excited to be here on this show with you. So, thank you.
Awesome. I'm glad you were able to make it. And I'm looking forward to learning more about exactly what it is that you do. So I know that you are a realtor, and everybody knows that with everybody knows a realtor, right? But that doesn't mean that everybody knows the right realtor. And so we're gonna chat a little bit about real estate and what you do, and maybe even what's your secret sauce? What do you bring to the real estate world? But before we dive into that, tell us a little bit more about who you are. Who is Satyra, and how did you come to get into this whole real estate game in the first place?
Wow. Well, thank you so much for that question. And my name is difficult, but once you say it, it kind of rolls right off your tongue, right? So,
Mm-hmm.
Satyra. All right. Well, at any rate, Stan, I am originally from Chicago. I've been living in Las Vegas since 2015. And I moved out here with my husband's work. And to be honest, I moved out here kicking and screaming. I didn't know what to expect from Las Vegas. We only knew about the strip, beforehand. And now that I'm here, I absolutely love living here. And, I've created a new lifestyle here. Living out here, I have access to the mountains, and I have absolutely fallen in love with hiking. So that's my new favorite pastime. Las Vegas is, very transient. You have a lot of people in and out of the city, but I love meeting new people. That's the other exciting thing about my new lifestyle out here in Las Vegas. I've actually been in the industry for over 20 years. Yeah, so quite a long time. And even before that, Stan, I like to say that my first real introduction was at the age of 15. That's when I got my very first job. And believe it or not, I was an assistant to a realtor.
Oh, okay. That's a great way to get started, right? Because
Absolutely.
you have no pressure. You get to do what the whatever the things are they tell you, and they're going to teach you how to do it. So you get some exposure to the whole industry in that kind of a role. So I think that's great.
It was amazing, and at 15 years old, I was very impressionable, of course. And the realtor who I worked up under at the time, Charlene Stewart, was absolutely amazing, like a mentor. I really looked up to her, and I always, I don't know, I just kind of built off of that energy, and it became my passion. So in 2000, I got in the industry myself, and I've done a little bit of everything. I've worked in banking, from loan originating to underwriting, and I was an appraiser in Illinois. I was a realtor in Illinois. And when I got out here and saw how amazing Las Vegas was, and the people here are so nice, and I love the real estate here, I had to get back out and get back into my passion. So here I am, back out here, meeting new people and helping them fulfill their real estate goals.
Now, isn't it funny how your comment about moving to Las Vegas, all you really knew was the Strip, right? And it's funny. I remember when I was moving to Las Vegas, I had people say to me, "Why do you want to move to Las Vegas?" And I say, "Well, what do you know about Las Vegas?" Well, the Strip. I mean, that's all that anybody knows, right? Because most people go to the Strip, they stay on the Strip. They really don't venture out to the neighborhoods and see the rest of Las Vegas, right?
Yes, yes. And that's the thing. So we had only come out here one other time. And that whole time, like you just said, we were on the Strip the whole time. But when we were getting ready to move here, bringing my children here, I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know what to expect from the schools, from the neighborhoods, the communities. So it was scary, and that's why I came kicking and screaming. I was not excited, but I knew we had to come. But I think that having that experience helps me give value to other people who are relocating here as well, because I get to show them the other parts of Las Vegas. A lot of people have that same impression that we all do, right? We know what we see on TV, right? Which are the lights and all the glamour. Not that it's not amazing, because I absolutely love it. I love having access to all of that. But there are so many communities outside of the Strip, and it's amazing. It's good living, and
Mm-hmm.
I love it. So I
Mm-hmm.
like introducing people to that.
Great. Now, how old are your kids?
So I have two children. One is 18, and then I have one that's 27. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Now, I would not have guessed that. I was thinking teenagers. So you're doing a good job of taking care of yourself and looking young. So
Thank
you
you.
you surprised me there. I was expecting younger kids, right? So how long ago was it that you moved to Vegas?
So we moved here in 2015, the summer of
Okay.
2015, mind you.
Okay. Okay. So how do the kids like Vegas?
So they did not. Um, and it's because it was different, right? So
Mm-hmm.
children, it's a little bit different moving them. I wish I had known more then to help them get acclimated, to
Right.
find more programs and get them involved in. But the biggest thing for them was the heat. So we were coming
Yes.
from the Midwest. They like the cool air, and I'm just the opposite. I can't stand being cold, and so I love the heat here. I feel like I belong here.
Yeah, that's me too. I'd take the heat over the cold any day, right? The other big difference weather-wise though is you got a dry heat and you don't have the same kind of humidity that you would have in the Chicago area and places like that. So who knows, but everybody's different, right? So let's go back to real estate for a minute then. So that's one of those ways that you then are able to help clients, especially clients that are moving to the area, right? Is by understanding moving with a family.
Yes, yes. And that is it is a huge undertaking, and just knowing, being able to find your way around the city, and just knowing where everything is. um I just wish I had more resources when we were coming here. So I like to be able to bring that to other people. Another group of people that I'm really passionate about helping are military families, right? Because
Mm, mm-hmm.
they have to do PCS moves. My husband, he's military.
Okay, so
Um,
what is PCS?
so it's a personal change of station. Okay.
Okay, okay,
So they're changing
okay.
their duty station. And so my daughter, she's my oldest daughter, she's military as well. And so although our move wasn't a PCS move, I still understand what that feels like. You know, since
Mm-hmm.
looking for his job, he was already here and I was left in Illinois. So I had to pack up the house. I had to take care of all the paperwork with, you know, getting the kids transferred and finding the new schools and, you know, selling all of our stuff because we definitely couldn't move it all, you know, having yard sales and all these types of things. And so just being able to, you know, be able to have resources or ideas for people who are undertaking that type of move, I think is paramount, and you know, and I can bring that type of value to them.
Yeah, absolutely. That makes perfect sense, right? So that's an interesting niche or a neat niche. And I guess Las Vegas has Nellis. What is it? Is it Nellis Air Force Base that's here? So we've got that
Nellis and
military
Creech,
component. What's
yeah,
that?
Nellis and Creech.
Oh, I didn't know about what is Creech? I didn't even know that.
So Creech is Air Force Base as well. Um,
Like an Area 51 kind of thing. It's top secret.
no, it's out past Sky Canyon.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So
And they're
that's a
actually
pretty
building a
that's
lot
a
of homes
pretty
out
cool
there.
niche, and being able to understand them and what their needs are is huge. And so I could see that being a real benefit, and somebody like you having knowledge in that area because you come from a military family and well, and you've got your daughter that is in the military. That makes a huge difference. So what was it that made you decide that okay, real estate is the thing that I want to do? Because there's a million things. You could work in the office in real estate. You had experience with that, but why go out and become a realtor?
It's the people. It's not, it's the people. I love working with people. And in real estate, we're solving problems, right? We're solving real estate problems. People need a place to stay. So I get to meet people and help them resolve an issue that they're having, whether it's moving into a new place or out of an old place or what have you. And everybody's situation is unique. You know, you see a lot of shows and you hear a lot of conversations. You know, people talking about their experiences, but there may be some similarities, but everybody's situation is different and it's a new challenge. And I love it. You know, it's just, I'm really passionate about it. When I love homes too. So I love going into different properties and I love the whole decor and you know, helping people realize how to use their space. You know, helping people make sound financial decisions, right? Because it has to be a financial, you know, a good financial choice as well. And so I think what gives me the greatest joy is, you know, meeting them and taking on this new challenge. And when we get to the end, I always wait for that yes, you know, when they're just so excited when I give them their keys. That just brings me the greatest joy. So real estate, being a realtor, it's just really satisfying. You know, it's almost like I'm not working. You know, it's almost like, you know, it's just I'm out here helping people. I'm out in the community doing what I'm supposed to do, which is providing a service.
Well, you know, they say that if you enjoy what you do, you don't work a day in your life, right? So
Absolutely. Yes, I've heard
there
that.
you go. There you go. Now, you may have already told us but are there any fun facts about you that most people are not going to know that you're willing to share?
So I would say quite a few people may know this, especially if they follow me on social media, but I am a crazy plant lady. Uh,
Okay.
I absolutely love plants. When I lived in Illinois, I had over 100 plants in my home and around my home. Um, and it's just I've always grown up around plants. My grandmother had plants all over the house, my mom, my aunt. So it's just kind of a family thing, and I picked it up. And I can't imagine my life without plants. And so anyway, I brought that here to Las Vegas with me. I have a lot of plants here. Growing outside has been a little bit more of a challenge because I have to learn what can sustain out here in the climate, you know, because sometimes the summers can be brutal.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, I am a crazy plant lady. I love growing things.
That's pretty cool. You know, I love plants too, but I love them better when somebody else takes care of them. So I I just tend to not do as well. I did much better when I was younger. Excuse me. I did much better when I was younger, but lately I'm struggling with plants. And so that's probably not one of those things for me to jump into. So we are about to run out of time here. So let's wrap up, but I want to see if there is anything else you want to tell people, anything you want them to know, how to get in touch with you. We do have your information scrolling across the bottom, so they can do that. But any final words that you may have?
Yes. So I do pride myself on being a resource to other people. And so I'm always bringing information out. I offer a biweekly newsletter. I host a cooperative every month. The cooperative is a hybrid event where people can either come to my real estate office or they can come join on Zoom. And we talk about different topics as they pertain to real estate. And the whole goal of this cooperative is to help more people become homeowners through education, right? Sometimes we don't become homeowners just because we don't know the path to it.
Mhm.
So that's just a another little tidbit. I offer free consultations so people can reach out to me if they ever have questions. Whatever medium is comfortable for them, you can call me, text me, email me. I'm pretty responsive. And I love to talk with people and just find out what their goals are and to see what I could do to help.
Perfect. Awesome. Thank you so much. I appreciate you coming on and sharing a little bit more about who you are. And I'm looking forward to hearing your full presentation later on today in our meeting. All right. So hang on a minute. Don't go anywhere. All right. And I want to just remind everybody that once again, networklasvegas.com. It's up at the top of the screen, is where you can find our schedule and register for one of the upcoming meetings. If you happen to be watching this today, this is what is this, February 16th, and it's not 11:30 yet. Come register and come join us today. We'd love to have you be a part of the meeting. And so thanks again for watching, and we will see you next time. Take care.